Elrufai sends strong warning to FG over continued illegal detention of Nigerians. Former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, condemned the continued unlawful detention of Nigerians, saying it violates human rights and erodes public trust in government. Okay now. Speaking at the 23rd Annual Trust Dialogue, he called on the justice system to protect citizens rather than instill fear. The ex-Kaduna governor warned that the misuse of state power by security agencies weaken democratic institutions. Really? Coming from El-Rufai? Wow. Former governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasir El-Rufai, has criticized what he described as the growing culture of unlawful detention in Nigeria, warning that the practice undermines democracy and erodes public trust in government. El-Rufai spoke on Thursday at the 23rd Annual Daily Trust Dialogue held at the Nigeria Air Force Conference Center, Kado, Abuja, where leaders, policymakers and civil society actors gathered to discuss governance and national development. He stressed that the justice system should serve to protect citizens rather than instill fear. The law should protect citizens, not terrify them, like what is happening in Nigeria. Detention without enforcement must end. Detention without enforcement must end, El-Rufai said. The former governor argued that the continued holding of individuals without due process violates fundamental human rights and contradicts the principle of the rule of law enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. He added that no society can thrive where security agencies operate outside legal boundaries, noting that the misuse of state power to intimidate or suppress citizens weakens democratic institutions and hinder national progress. El-Rufai called on the federal government to ensure that the judiciary and security agencies operate transparently and respect citizens' rights, warning that failure to do so risks further erosion of public trust in governance. We don't trust them again before now, so I should continue. Ede says you are worst among the system. I know that people are going to attack El-Rufai as well because, of course, we know what he did when he was governor in Kaduna State. As Sani Joshua says, this idiot is out of office and then he realized we have problem with our justice system. Dr. Abraham says this shameless dude was part of the architect of illegal Kano detention and several Christians in Kaduna State. It is aghast that he has become an ostrich of illegal detention of what he enjoys the most. Is it the men that were caught in Ondo State with fully kitted with arms and ammunition inside Dangote trucks that are illegally detained, or the criminal family of Malami that are allegedly illegally detained, or other criminal elements that he brought? This short issue just has nothing but empty noise. No be small short issue. Ooni Ezike says, why did you not tell Buhari this when you were in government with him? Each time you open your mouth to talk, you unknowingly expose your insincerity, your hypocrisy and your personality to a large extent. You left office not quite long ago, yet it seems like you were never there because you had not positively impacted on your people. Too bad. Will you ever get another chance? This is Nigeria, anything can happen. Ijobe says, just tell us that your Boko Haram brothers should be released. No way they will pay for the pain loss they have caused Nigerians. Okay? Ama Obiobona says, MNK spent how many years in detention? Did you say this? It's now your killer boys are detained, then you begin to whine mouth, idiots. Abamosi says, where were you when people like Nnamdi Kalu, Dasuki, Sunday Igboho and others were unlawfully detained? Now that you are no longer in power with your religious fanatic godfather Buhari, you are complaining. Frank Jobe says, El-Rufai is a useless human being. How many of his types do you have in Nigeria? If there are areas you think you did not do well as an administrator, common sense demand that you point out those areas and make an informed contribution in the form of criticism and not an abuse of a world-class scholar and an accomplished administrator. Okay, he means that El-Rufai is not a useless human being. Okay, none of his children is useless, not to talk of the big man. Having served at commanding heights of governance in Nigeria and in the diaspora, he's useful. He might be useful, but I think he's a little bit cunning as well. Mutala says he will still join them. No worry. Whatever says, Oga, please keep your advice for now. Then Goma Dukwe says, is it not said that a fool at 40 is a fool forever? Now it is going to be turn by turn. Mummy Yusuf said, why not sue FGN for all these illegal detentions you know of? You have the financial muscles. You can put together a consortium of lawyers, civil societies, NGOs, human rights prosecutors to fighting this as a case in relevant courts. Okay. Kalu says Elrufai should stop playing the saint as the person that defended his community from the hands of the bandits. During his tenure as Kaduna State Governor, who was he ensured he was arrested and received jungle justice? He's now facing execution. Emmanuel Mati says he's afraid that his turn might soon come. Philip Okoje says you didn't criticize the minds in the country, but now you are criticizing ordinary detention of all terrorist sympathizers. Don't mind him. Peter Obaze says as long as the Nigerian government refuses to administer justice on the looters of Nigeria, the looters of Nigeria will continue to trouble the government of Nigeria. God's judgment is coming soon and none will escape. God's judgment, when all the works of all men will be judged. There is no peace for the wicked. Binga Fakukunde says Malam should have gone ahead to mention the names of Nigeria being unjustly detained by this government to justify himself. It is high time he keeps quiet, since his own day of reckoning hasn't come yet. Though knocking, he should go and see what the present governor is doing in the same Kaduna State he ruled for 8 years of torment and agony. If he won't be ashamed of himself, if he's got an altar of conscience at all. David Rooney says, so all of a sudden you know all these things. When your boss was doing it, you did not speak out. Ozeko says, Elrufai, it is now you realize that there is unlawful detention in the country. But it was on your time Buhari kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the same you people helped Tinubu to sentence him to life imprisonment with non-existing laws. God will punish you now and forevermore. Elrufai, show me the law. Okay now. The father says, see a man who detained a journalist during his campaign as Kaduna State Governor, preaching human rights now. Fake people everywhere, you can imagine. It is well. You have said it when Buhari was alive, but it is not late yet. But is it not late yet? We learn every day. For in it is well. The Roman says when Fulani thief finish, they protest against punishment. Every thief will be arrested, tried and jailed, and his toll be collected by the government, and all his toll be collected by the government. Okay. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.